Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and the history of the Marvel Universe, issue number 1 of, I believe, 4? It's only a $4.99 price tag. Let me tell you something, 20 bucks to have all of these, worth it. And keep them close at hand because you will refer back to these at some point. Probably at many points. Let's get talking about who made this book, then we'll talk about the book itself. Mark Waid is the writer. Javier Rodriguez is on pencils and colors. Alvaro Lopez on inks. VC's Joe Caramagna doing the letters. And Steve McNiven, Mark Farmer, and Sonny Rowe do the cover. And a whole bunch of other people did some variant covers. Carlos Lau was the designer of this book. Look, man. Anybody ever read Tom Scioli, not Tom Scioli, influenced by Tom Scioli, Ed Piskor's X-Men Grand Design, where the entire history of the X-Men universe up until now is just stuffed into, what is it, like 6 issues, 3 volumes of the comic books? And now he was greenlit to do the Fantastic Four Grand Design also. I'm in love. But at the same time, there are several creative liberties written into those stories. Not a whole lot, but enough that it's poignant. You know, you recognize that. All this is a very quick, like 2-page story or so of Franklin Richards talking to his Galactus, to be my Galactus. And he's like, listen, this universe was very important to me for obvious reasons. It's the universe I come from. Listen, man, there's only a few things out there left for entropy to take over, and then it's just you. So, are you afraid of dying? Why would I be afraid of dying? Galactus says, when I'm finally taken, I get to become what will be the essence of all matter, everything in the entire universe, your new universe. So I get to continue serving you. Man, I almost broke out on that one. That was, wow. That was just a little bit too deep, you know? Franklin Richards says, listen, I don't want to forget the stuff that happened here. Since you pretty much comprise everything, you know, you're almost like eternity. You kind of comprise everything that's left of the universe. Could you please remind me of it and just tell me the story of it one last time? And Galactus does, and that's actually where all of this comes from. In fact, when it gets to the part with Galactus, he actually says me, while the rest of it just seems like somebody talking about, in general, everything that's happened so far. I was really impressed by how good this was. I was impressed that a book could be so damn detailed, even though every detail in here, at best, gets a sentence or two. This was really deep. The art was great in this. The idea that these guys, Javier Rodriguez and Alvaro Lopez, were able to replicate the many different art styles that were out there. We're talking about Ditko, Kirby, Colin, all these greats were able to replicate these art styles and give them back to us and still make us see that it felt like it was a whole bunch of different artists on this. I was impressed. This is a great reference where all it does is tell you about what has happened so far. 20 bucks or so US in order to have the history of the Marvel Universe for reals on, at my beck and call. Worth it. The only way this book could be better is if there was a bibliography in the back that told me where all these issues came from. Oh wait, there is. There's a bunch of pages back here devoted to telling me where all of these stories came from. So I can go out and collect each and every single one of these stories, if I wanted to. Some in the dollar bin, some up on a wall. But even if I don't, I've still got it here. And of course, to be honest, I can always just go on Comixology and get the stuff. Wolverine issue, or Incredible Hulk issue number 181, and X-Men issue number 1, and Giant Size X-Men and Fantastic Four number 1. All these books, they're still just going to cost regular cover price. In fact, they might even be discounted. Those prices for the digital books never go up, or Marvel Unlimited app, whatever. The actual comic books are what goes up in value. So I can find these stories now very easily. Okay, I kind of knew where all the stories were in the first place, but it doesn't matter. All these stories are now at my beck and call. Easy, abbreviated. I love it. Guys, definitely consider collecting these volumes. You want to get in trade paperback? You're probably smarter than I am. But I'm telling you, these books, really solid books. Anyway, guys, I'm done. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.